Good, happy Monday evening. Is Monday, August 29, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Monday evening edition of the Riley King newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, we are following breaking news in Manchester, New Hampshire. Crews fight fire at home in Manchester. Heavy smoke seen pouring from upper floors. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you're a contractor, Beltate's Building Supply wants to be your first choice for lumber and building products. Our contractor sales team can expedite orders for timely delivery right to your job site with our huge 50-vehicle delivery fleet.
Visit us at beltates.com or any of our 9 locations.
And we begin with breaking news from Manchester here first at 4. Fire burning right now at a home. This is 34 Elm Street near Queen City Ave. This is video from the scene, and you can see that smoke just pouring from the upper floors of the building. You can see firefighters there on the ladder truck as well, trying to get to it. The 2-alarm fire started around 3:15 this afternoon. At this point, there is no word if anyone has been hurt in this. So I want to go from that video there. Now, this is a live picture from the scene. You can see crews up there, the smoke still pouring out, still working this. They're saying you're going to want to avoid this entire area, and you can see why. We'll keep getting updates from that scene and bring them to you here on air. And you can see the flames still burning in that building as well.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Truck driver accused of sexually assaulting woman in Londonderry. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa! Sorry, you probably didn't catch all that. Well, as you can see, Fidium is fast. How fast? 2 gig download and upload fast. But we know speed isn't everything. That's why we also offer whole home Wi-Fi connectivity and...
Today, a truck driver is accused of raping a woman at a parking lot in Londonderry. A judge ordering Ryan Hopkins be held on preventative detention. Prosecutors saying this woman was from Arkansas, met Hopkins in person after they had met online and had been on the road with him actually for a couple of weeks. Well, court documents say Hopkins sexually assaulted her after she said she wanted to go home and then dropped her off without a cell phone at a gas station and hooks it over the weekend. Prosecutors say Hopkins is a registered sex offender and is pending charges in Mississippi that also include first-degree murder.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Vermont man accused of setting fire to building in Lebanon. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa! Sorry, you probably didn't catch all that. Well, as you can see, Fidium is...
Right now, a Vermont man is awaiting extradition to New Hampshire after he allegedly set a maintenance building on fire in Lebanon. Lebanon police say crews responded to 5 Meadowbrook Village yesterday morning. Nobody was injured. Police arresting Micah Boutin on an arson charge.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dozens of hospitality employees seek workers at Manchester Job Fair. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa! Sorry, you probably didn't catch all that. Well, as you can see, Fidium is fast. How fast? 2 gig download and upload fast. But we know speed isn't everything. That's why we also offer whole home Wi-Fi connectivity, an easy-to-use app, and so much more. Plus, Fidium eliminates data caps, gimmicks, and hidden fees. Finally, there's internet that's flexible, friendlier, faster for you. Yeah, you. And whatever you do.
We are hiring in every department at the Hilton Garden Inn.
It is very competitive right now.
The unemployment rate in New Hampshire sits at just 2% right now, and some industries are so desperate for help, even this reporter was recruited to be a cook at today's event.
The challenge right now, post-COVID, trying to get people to come back to work and be excited about work, and that's what we're trying to do with all the balloons and the cookies.
The half-day event started at 8:30 Monday morning. We noticed Manchester Police Department had a table. At a hospitality fair, everyone, it seems, is hiring. If you've dreamed of becoming a cop, you could start here. Securitas has 35 openings right now.
It's just a great job. It's very easy. There's nothing overly complicated about it. But you can also move up in our company.
Prior military service is a plus.
Doing a lot of veterans. We prefer that, just for the fact that if you can make it through basic training, you can make it through anything.
This restaurant owner is proud of their policy to pay wait staff well above the standard rate of $3.25 an hour.
With the economy the way it is and with people not working in these shops, we made the decision before we even opened, before COVID, that we're hiring for a lot higher than regular wait staff wage.
A group of young potential applicants streamed into the fair, perhaps a positive sign that people do still want to work. These employers are ready to sell the perks.
We asked our employees, what is it that you like about working with us? Some of them said it's the benefits. Working for us, you get the travel benefits, you get discounts. Our management team is really great.
We arrived first thing this morning for this half-day event, and to be honest, we haven't seen many job seekers at all. Employers who say they've done this before expected to get busier later in the morning. In Manchester, Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire man accused of stealing emergency vehicle in New York. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa. Sorry, you probably didn't catch all that. Well, as you can see, Fidium is fast. How fast? 2 gig download and upload fast. But
a Hudson man is facing several charges after he allegedly stole an emergency vehicle in New York. The Suffolk County Police Department says Jamie Brayton was involved in a crash Saturday on the Long Island Expressway. When first responders arrived, Brayton allegedly stole a fire rescue vehicle, a fire department pickup truck, and led police on a short chase. One officer suffered a shoulder injury while trying to stop him. Brayton was eventually stopped and arrested on charges including assault and grand larceny.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man accused of stealing car in Hampton with woman and baby inside due in court. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Whoa. Sorry, you probably didn't catch all that. Well, as you can see, Fidium is fast.
Earlier this month, police announced that another woman was kidnapped right here in Brentwood at the end of July. In both of these cases, investigators say the alleged kidnappers and the victims are strangers. It was shortly before noon Friday when police say a terrifying situation unfolded in the area of Hampton Beach State Park when a driver stepped out of her car. They say 48-year-old David Tays of Baldwin, Maine, stole a vehicle with a woman in the passenger seat and an infant he did not know inside and took off. When he got to a stoplight at the intersection of Ocean Boulevard and Route 286 in Seabrook, police say the victim was able to put the car in park. She told Tays she was calling 911, and that's when he fled. Officers found him in the area a short while later and took him into custody. Earlier this month, another man from Maine was arrested for allegedly kidnapping a woman in Brentwood. Police say Peter Curtis had a gun on him when he abducted the woman at random in a public place. She was able to escape and was not physically harmed. After locating Curtis in Portland, Maine, police say he led them on a chase, hitting one of their cruisers and another vehicle before finally stopping. They said the pickup truck he was driving was reported as stolen. At last check, we're still awaiting word on when Curtis might be returned to New Hampshire to face kidnapping charges. So as for the suspect in Friday's kidnapping, investigators say 48-year-old David Tays is set to be arraigned here at Rockingham Superior Court on felony charges that do include kidnapping and motor vehicle theft. We're live in Brentwood this morning. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Today marks 17 years since Katrina and 1 year since Ida. Let's take a listen to that video from WWL News.
Learning you have Hodgkin lymphoma can feel overwhelming, but you can rise to the challenge with its...
Good Sunday evening, and thanks for joining us on the Eyewitness News at 10. I'm Mike McDaniel. In a little more than an hour, the calendar will flip to a date that so many of us here would like to just skip. August 29, 2005, Hurricane Katrina made landfall. Then, the levees failed, flooding the city. August 29, 2021, Hurricane Ida slammed into southeast Louisiana, leaving many displaced from their homes till this very day. Erica Ferrando brings us this story as we prepare to mark the anniversaries of both storms tomorrow.
These houses, the streets, the stories. The Holy Cross neighborhood is still home to some of the same people who can share vivid memories of Hurricane Katrina and the flood that followed.
It started raining and the wind picked up, and then the water started to rise.
Cleveland Warren has lived in this home a block from the levee for 40 years and stayed when Katrina forced him into survival mode.
It got to the first step, got to the second, third, and then it came on in the house. Then they had on a little news that 90% of the city was underwater. And, you know, the lights and stuff was off.
He and his son found neighbors.
We walked at the levee all the way to the St. Clair Bridge.
And he remembers walking to the Morial Convention Center, then being airlifted out to South Carolina. Months later, he was back home to rebuild.
I had to gut it out and rewire it and replumbing.
Warren's home here in the Holy Cross neighborhood is just across the street from the Katrina National Memorial Foundation, which just moved into this Global Green building 6 months ago.
The last location was 2800 Cleveland Avenue. That was destroyed by Ida, Hurricane Ida, so people are still recovering from Ida.
Omar Kashmir founded the foundation in 2007.
So this is the first family I rescued.
The museum, now in its new 9th Ward home, houses photos and the Katrina List, a collection of names and stories of Katrina survivors and victims.
Well, I think we made a lot of progress, but we have a lot of progress yet to make. Take, for instance, where you are here, in the 9th Ward. The 9th Ward was totally neglected. They didn't realize the people were coming back.
Last year, it was Ida. So, you know, you kind of just keep on going, you know? I mean, it's just one of them things. You can't do nothing but it, you know what I mean?
Last year, Hurricane Ida made landfall near Port Fourchon as a strong Category 4 storm, carving a path of destruction through the region.
I lost his anger, you know? And that's the way it goes, you know.
August 29th, survivors of both storms will reflect on the loss and progress as Southeast Louisiana continues to rebuild from both. Erica Ferrando, Eyewitness News.
There will be a lot of reflection tomorrow, and tomorrow we will have special coverage of the year anniversary of Hurricane Ida. We will highlight how our region is bouncing back after the storm. We certainly hope you will join us for the morning newscast tomorrow and a special 4 o'clock newscast tomorrow afternoon. And throughout the day tomorrow, we will show you how many people are reflecting on Hurricane Katrina 17 years later.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell saying a federal abortion ban.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. NASA's Artemis 1 mission scrubbed. Let's take a listen to that video from WPBF 25 News, Florida.
Thayer's facial toners are the perfect addition to your daily skincare routine, morning and night after cleansing. Whether
Vice President Kamala Harris and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, they're in Cape Canaveral, hoping to have seen the launch that was supposed to happen this morning.
The couple actually got there yesterday. Harris says she is proud of our space program and the leadership that the U.S. is showing to the world.
The Artemis program is the beginning of the next era of what we have a history and a tradition of doing, of providing vision and inspiring innovation in a way that is going to benefit all mankind and womankind.
The Vice President is also expected to deliver remarks after touring mission hardware for Artemis 2 and 3 as well. Let's send it to our Caleb Califano. Caleb is live right now from the Treasure Coast. And Caleb, we had some people from our area heading up there, but of course their plans haven't changed just a bit.
Yeah, they did change just a bit in the past 30 minutes. The boardwalk here at Vero Beach has changed actually a lot. 30 minutes ago, the boardwalk behind me was filled with people excited to see Artemis 1 go up into the sky. They tell me here in Vero Beach, this is one of the best spots really throughout history to see those rockets go up. So disappointing news here. People are still hopeful. We've been talking all morning. They definitely want to come back on Friday if that's the goal for the next time Artemis 1 can go up. But it was so exciting this morning, I'm going to be honest, to see all these people show up here to Vero Beach. We saw a lot of people from across the Treasure Coast show up right here to the boardwalk. People young, people old, everywhere in between. We actually talked to a 9-year-old boy this morning who was so excited about the rocket launch. It's his first rocket he's ever seen. We talked to him a little bit about just this program in general and what he's excited to see for the future.
I'm feeling kind of excited because it's just like they're going to the moon again, and it's really cool to see something like that.
Definitely excitement there. A lot of people, though, disappointed this morning. They wanted to see the rocket. The weather is great out here, of course, by the beach. But one thing people here in Vero Beach did tell me is they'll definitely, if the weather permits and everything's okay, they'll be back here on Friday to see that rocket try to go up again. For now, we're live in Vero Beach. Caleb Califano, WPBF 25 News.
Yeah, as soon as we know more information, we'll pass it along, but definitely disappointing.
Yeah, we were all looking forward to it.
We really were, but like you said, it's not going to happen today, but it will eventually happen.
It'll happen.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.